Okay, I'm back again. Yesterday we did the three sheep difficulty. Today there's 4 sheep. Tomorrow will be the last one before we get on to various challenges. So there's one level that's generic, and one world that's generic, and one that's hydraulics. Let's go. And Bunny decided to join me today. Hey, Bun. This one, they have a few levels like this where it's just like, you're not allowed to build here, and like, sure, you have to go like up, then down, then up, or all the way up and over. But I always feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's supposed to be something more to the levels than just go around the box. Yep, Bun. Okay, 2x speed. This level. Oh, God. I think there's a lot of people that weren't particularly fans of this one. This level, what you do, this truck has a thing on it. It's going to carry this across. You can only build in this area and in this area. You can't build right in front of the truck. You can only build, I've got a road going as far to the right there as it'll let me. You can't build out here. So the truck's going to carry this thing across, and then this blue car needs to use it as a jump. And there are definitely a few people that thought this level was a bit mean. Kind of agree. Whee! Like, it looks easy when you see it done, but getting everything to fall into the correct direction was a pain. I didn't realize this was 84th. Of course, 84th is only top 7% on this level. No one's beaten it. This level, okay. So you've got a truck that's gonna go up, and this guy whose speed is 0, acceleration is 0, but he's got horsepower. Hey, Bun. So you need to basically use hydraulics to put him on the truck, and then the truck will go. So I wanted to do it with one hydraulic, and I put this little catch on the truck that I don't think ended up being necessary, but I never changed it, so... Yep. You get 2 hydraulic bases, I only used the one. So yeah, if he started falling, that would catch him, but he actually has good traction and good brakes. Maybe that's what the 10 horsepower is for the brakes. This level, so you can go all the way over to get to the flag, or you can aim for one of these 3 holes. On the bet with my chat whether I would beat it first try, the believers got so robbed because there was just like one piece of wood that should have been steel that broke, but otherwise I did have the roads properly aimed for him to just go over the top and snag the thing. Oh. I think I've changed the solution since then, and I'm getting like the bottom hole. Yeah. Obviously gonna be the cheapest one to go for. Hydraulics, and then this guy goes. So you start the level with... this isn't roads, this is just a platform, and these 2 are roads. You cannot change their position, but it's a hydraulic level, so you give them split joints. I put 2 of these tiny little 180 setups in here, so they'll rotate around this point and around this point and just go whoop, whoop. Easy. Let's watch that in 1x speed without stress visibility. Oh, apparently I'm 5th. I guess I did shave that one down a fair bit. We get a big jump level, and this one says no wrong way, which I guess it's not trying to say you can't go the wrong way, it's trying to say there isn't a wrong way because you can collect these in whatever order you want. And you'll notice I've put some roads here. If those are gone, the guy actually jumps over this first checkpoint. So I've put some roads on his head to slow him down. Bun? Hey, Bun. To slow him down so he'll hit this checkpoint. And then, of course, he broke my bridge because, you know, I need him to be aimed properly. But I'm using foundation because foundation essentially can just... It's the immovable object. So I'm just going to have him crash into the foundation after getting this one, because nothing else is gonna survive that fall unless I wanted like $2,000 of springs, which that might be cheaper than a foundation, but yeah. Hey, I'm in 69th. Alright, this level. We have, this one's kind of weird. So this guy needs to go across to here, but you cannot build in this area. So this guy's gonna, you just have these two wheels with joints on them. So you kind of connect them to a bridge and make this guy push them. He will push the wheel, but I need him to push it a bit sooner because this guy starts moving too soon otherwise. It's a neat level for the custom shapes. Whoa, hey. And yeah, you can see right when he gets on the road. Okay, I have like half a road more than I need, and maybe here I could have a little bit less road, but not much. Like, he actually uses that whole thing. He's not going terribly fast. Just build a road? No. This is the one. These things rotate. So you have to have a bridge that can rotate. So there's a pivot point here, a pivot point here, and they're not connected. This one was a bit weird, but not the hardest, just weird. And yeah, making sure nothing hits the planes was like just some trial and error. Also making sure this guy doesn't go in the water. You'll notice the roads are a weird shape there, because otherwise he was going in the water. I didn't think of a way to use the movement of those to make something that doesn't move, but those are the only static joints in the level, really. Aside from the ones on the sides, of course. Next level. You cannot build in the center at all, and you just have to make a bridge, and you have springs. So you have to make something that'll fall into position. You might notice I've got an extra road here. Just to weigh that side down a bit, I did just want to copy and paste, which is not ideal for this kind of level, but whatever. Little road to just weigh it down. Tons of horsepower. So in this one, God, there's one solution in the gallery, I hope I can find it again, that was really awesome. In this one, this guy goes across, then there's a hydraulic phase, then this guy needs to get all the way to here. I didn't really know how people were supposed to do the level. I saw in the gallery what most people were doing. Apparently this guy's going fast enough. You could just put a little jump like this, tilt your roads down, and that's actually good enough. What I did, I thought, well, I want to just push the whole road up. And he doesn't quite make the jump, so I wanted to add an extra road that folds out. But if it folds out, the bus is in the way. So I made this 270-degree rotation setup, so it's going to rotate around the other direction. Which is so excessive. So much harder than the other possible solutions. But hey, it looks cool. And then he does make the jump. Let me see if I can find the one in the gallery that I thought was the greatest solution. Let's see, is it this? Yeah, the one that tilts the bus up. And then the bus is used as the ramp. That was, well, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but I thought that solution was worth showing. It's pretty funny. Okay, this level. A is going to go across. He's carrying this car. Then there's a hydraulic phase. So this car needs to get both checkpoints, but not in any particular order. I chose to have, so one, he's going to be carried across and get a checkpoint. The other, after the hydraulic phase, he's going to go back and get the other checkpoint. The thing is, you need to also dislodge him from the forklift, which I just did. You know, there's a static joint right here, push straight up. You know. Hey, bun. Oh, you can see his little tongue. Just barely. Oh. Yep, there goes the car, flops out of the forklift. And the way that I measure these hydraulics, I showed it in a previous video, but I think it's worth showing again because it does make things a lot easier. You just go like this and see, I want to make all of these roads go down to there. So you measure once, then you copy, put it again. That's where you want your hydraulic to be, because the hydraulic compresses 50%, so it's going to bring this point down to here, which is what you want. And then you just put a rope in, make sure your split joints are set correctly, and that's going to take it to the correct spot. Very nice trick for hydraulics. And you could do that on, like, if you were trying to save some money and you thought, I'm going to try to put the hydraulic here instead because it'll be a little cheaper. Whoops. It'll work on that one also. If you put this little hydraulic, that's going to get you the right rotation as well. Anyways, on to the next level. Cross country. So this one, yeah, this is the one. Okay, so you can't build in the center. The center just starts with this here, and I actually did have some issues with some of these wood breaking, and it's kind of annoying, but it also it means you need to find some way to work around. This B car, they're gonna go A first, then B, but this B car needs to get the checkpoint on the bottom. The A car could just take the bottom route also, but I chose to have him take the top route, do this double trapdoor thing here, and then he's going to just fall onto his flag, and this guy's just going to push his road into position, and a spring will catch it, and he'll go up. I also have this one little spring road catch that this guy's going to land on. It's just a nice little efficient way. Boop. Push him over to the flag. And when you're doing these trapdoors, using just the one spring means that your trapdoor will never break when it flops back down. The one tiny spring. Okay, what is this level? This and the boat go at the same time. And he's going to hit a stop sign and stop, and he won't turn his engine on again until he reaches this star. So essentially the way this one works, he's going to go up, he won't have his brakes on, he'll just take his foot off the gas here, and he has to have enough speed to coast uphill this far. So I have this very lopsided roller coaster looking road, then that gains a bunch of speed. Going up the roller coaster, and whee! And yeah, you can't even tell that he takes his foot off the gas, really. He gets there with plenty of speed to spare. Hydraulic, 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 then this thing goes. So this level, essentially, the roads you can't place. You gotta use hydraulics to push these roads into position. I literally just like measured. The way I was measuring this was I set these out here, and then I split them into the sections they're gonna be in, and then was just measuring distances. Like right now, this point is 6.3 away from that point, but at the end I want them to be 3.47 away, and I was just measuring how long the two hydraulics need to be to make that happen, and then I did that on the other side, and I put these in the corners and tried to measure how far they should go. It works way better than it should work for something with like no effort. They just go up. Yep. Didn't need any sort of stabilizers or guiding arms or anything. Apparently, a lot of people have gotten better scores by now. Okay, on to the second to last world. Both cars go. When this guy gets to the stop sign, a hydraulic happens, and then after that, he'll continue moving. So this one, essentially what happens, you have two cars that are coming towards each other, this guy and this guy, and you have to make it so that this guy, you're going to use a hydraulic to just push him over the top of this guy. And I went for maybe a complicated looking thing, but yeah, let's see it. It's a lot harder to get working than it looks. You could also, yeah, just like build two roads or something. You don't need to do this. Ship, hydraulic car. It's a bit of a weird one to have at this late level. Alright, just a drawbridge. I guess this is the first time the game has made it so that you have to push the roads into place without taking them back with the hydraulics first. It's like the first time you need to just aim your hydraulics, but of course that's nothing new to me. And you probably could go over the ship, especially if you can leave a gap here or something. Okay, here's a level. A goes across. A is on this right side. Gonna come here. Let me do it. Oh, that's gonna do the same. A goes across, then there's a hydraulic. Then C has to get up to here. And then there's a hydraulic. Then E has to get down to here. Then hydraulic. Then E goes down. Then hydraulic. Then C goes up. Then hydraulic. And then A goes back across. So I just made this thing where I've got two hydraulics, so I can just, with the hydraulic controller, each time choose whether I want this to be on the top, the middle, or the bottom, and I've made them each have a catching road. Pretty straightforward solution. And I think I had to make this one because otherwise this guy's head was running into it. Yeah, he was bumping that road. The bridge does not look like a penis. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, moving right along. Boats are gonna go, then hydraulic, then the car. So on this level, your only static joint is here, and you have one foundation. So I've placed mine here. Doing this level with no foundation would actually be kind of interesting. Maybe you would try to do like a under arch wall braces or something, where you just build like one road 2 more roads, 1 more road. Braced up here, big under arch braced over here, and just have like fold 1, or I think you'd have to fold 2 roads down on each side. Yeah, that'd be a pain. But yeah, using the foundation and using this joint, you're just gonna pull these hydraulics up to rotate that 90. Button, stop running away. Hey. Okay, actually, Button, you can go up if you want to. This cage is right over here. Go, Button. Nice jump. Okay, this one. A has to go up diagonally, then C has to go up diagonally, then C has to go up diagonally the other way, and then A has to go up diagonally the other way. You get 2 hydraulic phases here, so essentially it's 1 hydraulic phase to just rotate the thing, 1 hydraulic phase to unrotate, 1 hydraulic phase to just lift it up, and then 1 hydraulic phase to just rotate it again. Do I still have... Okay, this was my original solution. Like, a bit ridiculous looking, but, you know. All the supports and everything. And then this last rotation, I had to like build another thing for it to work. And of course you could see the budget, 31,000 of 31,000. Then I looked in the gallery and was like, people are just doing this. We're apparently putting this hydraulic on the side, just makes it, with gravity, rotate down that far. Something about putting it there and contracting, and you literally skip 1 hydraulic phase. I'm like, okay, well, that was a bit too easy. And this is easy to replicate, so it says I'm 9th, but you could make this pretty easily. Hydraulics, then cars go. So this bridge, you can place 2 roads, which you're just going to place here and here, but you have 4 roads that are starting like this. You can't move them. So, yeah, unfold with hydraulics, no big deal. I think I went for budget on this one. I don't know if I still have an original solution. I can check. It says 9th. Do I have a lowest stress? Okay. Yeah, that one's much more precise. Yeah, this first one, there's literally nothing bracing this hydraulic. You're literally just Thanos, perfectly balanced, open both sides at once, and hope you don't teeter either direction. Well, that's a lot of things. A is going to go. When A gets to A1, which is up here, then there will be a hydraulic phase, and then he'll go back. When you get to A2, and keep in mind you can do them in any order, there will be a hydraulic phase, and A2 is the bottom one, and then this shuttle will come, which is the top obstacle, so he comes down to here, and this thing will go. So you have a hydraulic, and it goes, and then a hydraulic. Basically, you could choose whether you want me to go up, and then across, and then down, and then back, or whether you want me to go down, and then across, and then up, and then back. When you get to this one, you need to pull this road out of the way for this dude. When you get to this one, you need to pull this road out of the way to get to this dude, and when you get to this one, you need to use your hydraulics to send him down the other path. A nice shuttle-shaped hole. This will be a fun one to do with no hydraulics. I guess the sides won't be too much of an issue, because this one you can just have a road that he drives off, and this one can just be a trapdoor. So it's just going to be, how do we do these things? Probably not too bad with no hydraulics, honestly. It'll just be a lot of figuring out counterweights. Oh, and you get to place foundation, so I went for putting 2 foundation on either side of this, which I just figured would make things easy. Expensive, but yeah. Okay, this one, kind of a polybridge classic, the sorting type of level. Why the hell do I have these here? A is gonna go, and goes up to A1. So we go A, C and A, E and C, G and E, G. So A goes up, then there will be a hydraulic phase, and then A has to go down while C has to go down, and then C has to go up while E has to go up, and then E has to go up while G has to go down, and then G has to go just straight across. So your bridge needs to be able to, this bridge needs to be able to send them up or down, and this bridge needs to be able to send them from down to up, or down to down, or up to up, or up to down. So I was actually struggling a bit on this one. I think what some people did that worked was just brace the middle point, and then make the bridge, you know, 2 separate hydraulics. Some of the cars like to flip over, so I just wanted it to be a perfectly straight road. I just put a crane on either side of it. And this one, once the static joints separate, I just never had them try to connect again. I just didn't want to deal with it, so it's just the cranes holding them in position. Or maybe that clicked in. Maybe I forgot one. Whatever. Ah, this level. So they show you this thing on the left, where the hydraulics are gonna reach down and then lift this thing up, and you're just supposed to do the same thing on the right. I did go for budget on this one a little. Do I have a more reasonable looking solution? Okay, here's one where I actually measured the hydraulics, and they're gonna reach down and then reach back up. And they have to be able to go up and then back down. I don't know if this one's gonna be possible with no hydraulics, just because you can only build in this tiny little box here. Anyways, the budget solution. Dink! The hydraulic phase just perfectly ends while they're in position. You don't need to lift the quite all the way up. Easy. Totally not stupid. Wow, that's not even top 1%. Jesus Christ. Okay, A is gonna go across all the way, then there will be a hydraulics, and then all the things will come, and then hydraulics, and then A goes back. Just a drawbridge. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, you only have one hydraulic for this level. That's what it is. That wasn't just me challenging myself, that's actually the level. But yeah, nice little arm. Just send the 90-degree rotation down. Easy. A goes, then there's a hydraulic, then A continues. So there's a stop sign here. You get to place your one foundation, and basically you just need to lift him up this high. So I made a crane. This actually, so this is one of my stabilizers for parallel movement. You'll actually see I didn't want it to be tilted at the end, it's just when these two line up, it kind of just kinks. It no longer works as a stabilizer because the forces are acting in the wrong direction, so that's why it ends up tilted. Thankfully, I didn't need it to get all the way up, but that is funny. Hydraulics go, then all the planes, then hydraulics, then our big car. The catch on this level, you don't get to place any hydraulic. These here are just placed at the start, and it's going to just pull that over. So that you have to build something that will translate that over to this bridge. So I just have a nice arm and a rope going across that'll pull it up. You don't need to be too precise on this level. Very fast boat. Okay, here's a level. A is going to go across, then there's a hydraulic phase where you take your two roads and lift them up. C is going to go across, then there's a hydraulic phase and you have to move all your roads out of the way of the boats. Then there's one more hydraulic phase where you have to put your roads back down here for A to get back across. So I just made two cranes, one holding the other. And that's that. This is actually the secret world will be tomorrow, the one that doesn't unlock till you've finished all the other levels. Yeah, getting to the end, and then it'll be top 1%, maybe no hydraulic challenge, and maybe top 1% on the stress leaderboards, maybe a no foundation challenge, but I imagine that a lot of the budget solutions will already be no foundation. Yep. Peace.